get the show on the road.
Do you know where I got this intro from?
No.
I just literally stole it from Opie and Anthony from back in the day. It's the whole reason I wanted to do a morning show was because I was such Opie and Anthony mark.
So you're just, I mean, everything's stolen nowadays anyways. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, they've been off the air forever.
Yeah, you're
So,
fine. You're fine.
I thought about getting Jesse to sing us a song. Like a real pop
that'd be
sounding
cool.
song. Like really, like just effeminate pop music. It's Rex and Easy in the morning. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I like
Yeah.
it. That's good.
Do you like the name or no? Because we can change it. Good
No,
Brother Morning.
The Good Brothers Morning Show?
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
You can't even say it. It's just Good Brother Morning.
Oh, yeah. No. Good. Yeah, I like it.
I realize it doesn't translate the same like when you say it as it does
No.
on a poster where it says good morning with brother like hyphenated in there, like written in there.
Yeah.
Because then it looks like good morning, but we forced brother in there. Whereas when you just say it, it just sounds like good brother morning. And it's like, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah, it's terrible. It's an insult to the English language.
Oh, I thought you just shitting on my name. It's a terrible, terrible name. I don't know why you did that.
And really, if you're not a wrestling fan, Good Brother means nothing to you.
No. Good brother morning. Okay, so GBM. That's the
Okay,
the
why
acronym.
can't you just call it the Good Brother Morning
I
Show?
feel like GBM's harder to remember than just Good Brother Morning.
GBM.
Good Brother Mornings would have made sense because it's like,
Would it have?
yeah, because we're good brothers and it's a show in the mornings. Plural.
Right. Okay. Well, welcome to Tuesday morning.
Yeah, fucking Tuesday morning.
As you can see, I still have Norway in the background because, yes, Rex, I am still sitting in my bed.
Is that where you live now in Norway?
I wish. Look at how nice it is there.
It's probably not even that nice. They don't even speak English, I don't think.
Don't they? I don't know.
They probably speak Norwegian.
Norwegian, yeah. Well, I don't know. I feel like a lot of countries speak English, though.
Yeah. Yeah, they're probably one of those European countries that's like they could speak 7 languages.
Oh, yeah. They're
Doesn't
smarter
matter.
than us. It's like the Swedes, eh?
Yeah, everything's probably paid for too by the government. It's like a utopian society.
It's perfect. Look at how look at the calmness of the water. It's nice. It's supposed to soothe you and calm you down, Rex. Are you calm?
I don't know. I'm tired.
Yeah, well, it's 5 a.m. What do you want?
Hey, we should have talked about this yesterday. Fuck.
Well, you want to start again?
Hold on. Let me take
We're
a
live,
sip.
pal.
Let me have some coffee. Okay. Undertaker was on Joe Rogan.
Oh yeah, I want to watch it.
Yeah, I thought it was all right. He seemed a little
He called the WWE product soft. today.
yeah, that's what everyone took away from that.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
of
the
course
only
it's,
thing I've seen about it.
you mean the company that changed their whole demographic from 18 to 35 to children is softer than it, of course it fucking is.
Yeah.
Are
I
you
know.
fucking like sorry, I can't say that. Are you R-worded?
But
like-
Drew McIntyre got upset about it.
Why? That's what they're like. That's like saying like, I can't even think of an analogy right now. They turned WWE into Disney. Of course it's softer. They have people to please. They have to keep it for kids.
Yeah.
Of course it's softer.
That was McIntyre's point. Storylines they can only push the envelope so far. It's more PG and they are softer, but he said as far as in-ring talent goes, they're harder hitting than they ever were in the past.
Yeah, they're stupid.
Yeah.
They beat each other up when they got to wrestle 7 million times a week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could you imagine doing anything like it's done now in like 93?
No.
Like I mean, aggression wise, like they're with the real Good Brothers. They'd be like, Jesus Christ, son, fuck, lighten up. We got to do this again tomorrow. Fuck.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, they were smarter back then.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. Have you talked to any of them now?
No, but I've heard Ricky Morton call say that you can find your podcast on iTunes.
Available on iTunes. Yeah, it is available on iTunes. I think. I don't know what that is. I think it's a porn site.
Somebody should Google it. If you're listening, Google itubes.com and just let me know what it is. Right into the show. Do we have a write-in for the show? I don't even know.
Yeah, you can. Well, no. You can go to whatchoutalkingboo.com and send me an email.
There you go.
That's the easiest way. But yeah, so I was on Twitter the other day. It was right after Rogan had Undertaker on. So he's getting a ton of hype on the internet for being on Rogan. And of course, that's when someone decides to put out a story that makes it seem as though Undertaker should be canceled. And canceled from what? His fucking career's over. Yeah. But yeah, so this guy posts this whole thing and it says, after years of desperately trying to stay closeted, aside from confiding in his best friend, Jim Mitchell, Canyon decided in late 2001 to come out within wrestling and pitched an angle where he'd essentially be himself, a non-stereotypical, openly gay wrestler. His friends liked the idea, but it got no support from the WWE creative team. After a series of injuries sidelined him, he got back into the ring shape in WWE developmental territory. Okay, so he's in OVW. And was set to return on February 15th, 2003 episode of SmackDown. When he got to the TV taping, he learned he would be returning in an in-ring segment as part of the feud between Undertaker and Big Show. Okay. So have you seen this?
No.
Okay, so basically what happens is Canyon comes out of a giant box.
Okay.
And they're saying, and then in this it goes, as a gift from Big Show, Canyon would come out of a giant box in brackets closet ? Come on.
Oh man.
Come on. Dressed as Boy George. Okay. Saying, do you really want to hurt me, to the Undertaker and get beaten up by him? So basically, now what happens is he comes out of the box and Undertaker beats him up. Now, this is Paul Heyman's doing. Okay. The heat is actually between Big Show, Paul Heyman, and then the Undertaker. So they're fucking with the Undertaker in this segment. Yeah. And they're feeding him this, mid-card guy, and Undertaker beats him up, throws him out of the ring. He's beating him up on the outside. And by the way, I watched the video, and he's doing business the whole time. Yeah. He's not fucking him up. It's all normal, run-of-the-mill working. He's working punches, working kicks. He's, slapping his head off the table, stuff like that. And the segment ends with them at the edge of the ring, Paul Heyman up on the stage, and he hits him at the head with a chair. No hands up or anything, right? And
well, that's by the way, did back then.
Yes, but also back then, listen to the chairs that WWE has. Look at how thin they are compared to us. These are fucking working chairs. I'm telling you right now. No chair ever sounds like a dollar store cookie sheet. But their chairs, for some reason, do. That's what it sounds like.
Was it the old blue ones? The blue
it was like, not like the older one, but they were blue, and it's real flimsy. Yeah. One, like the first little shot he hits him with, it's already bent. Like it's a fucking cookie sheet. And then what they're trying to say now is, this whole story, by the way, is captioned "Fuck Undertaker." It was bad enough that the segment was seemingly designed to embarrass him, put him in his place, but it got worse, much worse. While he was the longtime locker room leader, in quotations, of WWE and a safe veteran wrestler, the Undertaker was clearly reckless in beating Canyon with the chair, concussing him with the hardest shot to the head you'll ever see.
I'll tell you right now, I can disagree with that. I've never even seen it.
Yeah, dude, it's brutally normal TV. Like, okay, the closet thing in the box, maybe there was a rib there. Maybe because he talked to them before about it. Maybe they're, that's how they do things sometimes. They rib guys with little segments or whatever. There's an argument there that maybe that's inappropriate. But at the time, nothing out of the ordinary. As far as the whole segment went, it was fucking booked. Undertaker, it's not real. No. He didn't go out there and say, fuck this, F word. I'm going to beat the shit out of him. And I'm going to take liberties with a chair and break his neck. No, he went out there and did the segment that was written, and that's it. So these people are trying to make this story into like Undertaker's a gay basher and hates gays.
Yes,
when really it was just fucking TV.
Well, you can't do anything nowadays. That's the problem. You will always offend somebody with something that you do. Everybody is just they get butt hurt over everything. It's ridiculous.
Well, you might not want to say butt hurt in this scenario.
I know. And we're canceled.
Okay, guys. 1.5 episodes in, and Eric got us canceled. I'm probably getting canceled just for my opinion on this, because there's going to be some indie wrestler in Ontario somewhere who's like, you need to be more sensitive to the issues and blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, I have no issues with homosexuality, with anything. I'm as progressive as they come. But I'm just saying Undertaker's not to blame for this angle.
No. And Undertaker doesn't have final say. He could be a locker room leader all he wants. If Vince McMahon wants to do it, Vince McMahon wants to do it.
Yeah. And it was, and just watch anyone listening to this, watch the video. It's like the most run-of-the-mill work from the Undertaker. It's actually one of the least aggressive things. He looks angry in it, but the whole time he's staring at Paul Heyman. He's sending a message to the heel manager that I'm not gonna, give me Big Show.
Yeah.
Canyon's just a pawn, and he's playing and it's like these people are just getting worked by the fake product. They're like,
what year was this?
2003. He's doing the American Badass gimmick. He's a big, bad, tough biker. And it's just funny. They're just getting worked by a show that's fake.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you want from these people? So we haven't got anywhere farther with Jesse. I know you've seen him
a couple days ago.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Have you attempted to speak with him since we last spoke?
No. But I was thinking maybe now we could.
Are you going to call him right now?
Yeah, I'm calling him right now. I want to see if he's probably gonna be mad that I woke him up at 5:30 in the morning. I feel like he's not going to answer.
Are you FaceTiming him?
Facebook Messenger call.
Yeah.
You should try to call him right after this.
Okay.
And if he answers, I'm going to be so fucking pissed. And then we know it's me, by the way.
Yeah, that's true. We should get all the fat fucks to call him and see who he answers to. Jesse, how do I
haven't formed any more theories either as to why he'd be mad at me. But what's fucking me up is he keeps liking my Facebook and social media posts. So it's like, well, he wouldn't do that if he would just scroll past if he was pissed at me.
How do you speaker?
I was watching CWF. I haven't seen the new episode yet.
Me neither.
CWF, for those you don't know, is an independent promotion here in St. Catharines where we live. And they run a weekly program. Eric's the play-by-play, right? You're the color commentator.
I color commentator, but I do color, and Zeus does more play-by-play.
Okay, yeah.
But I do a lot, right? So Zeus is your main guy, and then Corey Motley and myself switch out because I do a lot of the production for CWF. So a lot of times Chris Thorne needs me in the back or helping with that kind of stuff. So, and also it does not look like Jesse is going to answer me.
Oh, okay. He's busy. That's all right. We can talk shit about CWF. Yeah. I love working there. I think the show looks great.
Looks amazing. The production value on it is second to none.
I think there's some lighting issues with the cameras. I think the light's a little too direct in the camera, so it does wash it out a bit. But overall, as far as like YouTube wrestling shows go, especially regional, it looks fantastic. Yeah. My big complaint with it is I think we got to get some more talent in there. Nothing against the guys that are there. They're all working hard, but there's not enough experience.
That's my issue with it too. And eventually this is going to go to Fight. It's going to go to Amazon Prime. And it's great that they have these guys who are going to be, you want to call it that household name. People know them just if they're tuning into Fight and Amazon Prime to watch it. But they need more. They need more guys, different matches. Eventually, if they keep the roster that they have, you're going to see the same match over and over again, right?
Yeah, and they're doing their half-hour episodes.
Yeah.
So
which
very
is
difficult.
Very difficult to write a half-hour show.
Yeah, that was the other complaint I had was that the matches, and I know everybody wants to see longer matches, but for a half-hour show, if you want to get more people on the show, because right now the hard thing I have is like following stuff because they release weekly. So by the time they get back to like one of the stories, it's been like 2 weeks because there's only a half hour, right? So not everything will make it on one episode. So it's a little hard to follow sometimes. So like to me, I feel like the match has got to be like WWE, like superstars or whatever, the when they used to do like 3-minute matches and stuff.
Yeah.
Just little progression matches. And then maybe the big one is like the whole episode is the main event match that we built up to between the heavyweight champion or whatever.
Yeah.
Are you planning on wrestling there?
I think that's probably the end goal for me to wrestle there. The only reason I got put on commentary was I just showed up to watch the show, similar to you did the second or third time around there. But Corey Motley either couldn't make it or got called into work or something. So Chris Thorne there just asked me to if I could do commentary with Zeus for the first show, and they loved it. So they wanted me to keep coming back and doing it. And then Jesse Bieber and Chris Thorne, mostly Jesse, asked me to help with the production because I pitch ideas to Eddie for past PWA and now future 365. And I just think they were running into problems. Like I critiqued the first show, and there was just certain things that needed to be changed, especially for going for TV.
Yeah.
So we actually started doing full production meetings where I'd go to the school there, and we'd sit down, we'd write everything out, and we'd know who was doing what and what was going to be said and that sort of thing, which also helps myself and Zeus and Corey Motley on commentary if the commentators know where we're going, because it is live commentary, but there's no feed to us for any backstage segments or anything
right.
like that.
So you gotta have that written out and figure it out.
Yeah.
I love Corey Motley, and Corey, if you're listening to this, I love you, buddy, but fuck Rosteroo. Fuck that gimmick, dude. I don't like it. I'm not a fan of it. I think it makes the show look like shit.
What is your issue with Rosteroo?
It looks cheap. It looks fucking cheesy as hell, and is like I guess I would be into it more if, like, say they spent the money, got him real gimmicks to wear instead of like shitty, cheap Walmart summer shorts and a tank top. Maybe if they had to spend some money on the gimmick, because the show looks like $1 million.
Yeah.
And then you send this guy out there in, cheap ass looking stuff, and it just looks bad. And obviously Corey's very inexperienced when it comes to wrestling, and which is, I see they're hiding that. You guys are doing a good job of like hiding his inadequacy when it comes to like being a veteran. He's not a veteran performer. So, but yeah,
great on the mic,
man.
though.
Yeah, yeah. There's some segments that drag a little bit. I feel like he likes being out there. So sometimes, again, half hour, 30 minutes, every minute counts. This is a very valuable amount of time.
Yep.
Every minute's very, very valuable. And if anyone goes over the times, they should be getting reamed.
Well, yeah, and then that's not my place to ream them, but I've told them, I've tried to express, because I do the locker room speech there too, and I've tried to express how important it is to stick to your times, because we only have a half hour, and it's actually not a half hour show. Because on YouTube right now it is, and we have a little bit of leeway to go longer. But once it actually goes to Amazon Prime, it's actually only 22 minutes, because Amazon Prime puts their own commercials into it.
So it's just like normal TV.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's going to be tough, man. They're definitely gonna have to trim the fat and really focus on what they want.
Yeah.
And I would say either improve the Rosteroo gimmicks overall look, and limit, again, trim the fat. The rest of the show is really there's enough local talent to make that show even better. I love Kyle Boone.
Me too.
There's a lot of guys in there. Like you got Rob, you got Jesse. If you bring in you eventually.
Well, are you planning on going in there? Like, I mean, you're getting into shape, right?
Yeah, I'm getting into shape, but I don't hear anything from the management there. So
not the management.
Yeah, no, not you. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I think the management there just expects me to show up, and if I show up, I get on. But like I want them to like say like, hey, we want to do something, And to be honest, we already talked and had a whole thing planned with Jesse and I, and it was out the window. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Got tossed.
Yeah. Tossed for more Pretty Ricky versus Jesse, I think. Or, whatever. Like, oh, yeah, and Pretty Ricky's there. I keep forgetting he's there.
Yeah, Pretty Ricky's there. And MC Hardbody.
Did you hear the prank call?
I heard the part of the prank call you played on the podcast with Kingdom James.
Oh, okay. That's all you heard?
That's all I hered.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'll if we have time, I might play it for you. But yeah, Frank CWF management. Chris Thorne, he ran a wrestling show, CWF. He ran a little TV taping so he could finish off some of his stuff. So, and I know he's very concerned. He wants to follow the rules. He doesn't want to get fined. He's got enough financial problems with the pandemic happening in general. All his touring shut down. So the last thing he wants is a $10,000 fine for breaking the law, the bylaws. So knowing this, Pretty Ricky, myself, and MC Hardbody, the assholes that we are, decide to prank call him on our prank call show on the Blackballed podcast. And man, I could tell right away from the time I started talking about, him breaking the bylaws and that his heart was probably fucking racing out of his chest.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
And I'm sure it disrupted his entire household. Like everyone was probably out of bed. I'm sure Brett and Birdie, his kids were up like at the top of the stairwell.
What time did you make that call?
It was late too. It was like 10:30, 11.
And he still answered the phone. That's impressive.
Because he's probably like, who the fuck is this calling me at 11? Like, I got it. And Frank's one of the last people on earth, at least that I know of, that still answers his phone almost every time, unless he knows who it is and doesn't want to talk to the person.
Right.
But he calls more than he texts.
Oh yeah, he won't text you back for 5 days if you text him.
Well, that's because he's going blind. He's got diabetes. He can't, but
it's not an excuse, but okay.
But yeah, so he was completely fucking scared, and I had to call him back directly after and tell him like, hey, I'm sorry. That was me.
You instantly felt bad. That's what kills me, because I wouldn't have thought that about you.
Here, I'll play a little bit of it.
Also, I like the accent that you did when you called him.
Yeah, it was so stupid. We kept doing prank calls, and for some reason, every time we did it, except for Pretty Ricky, MC Hardbody and I just kept doing Southern accents. It's just like the go-to I'm scared accent. Hello, who is this?
It is Earl.
Who? Earl.
That was the best. Who is this? Earl.
You can hear it throughout. I'm trying to keep like short. You know what I mean? I don't want him to identify my voice.
Yeah.
And it's, yeah. Here, I'll play a little bit right now. We are connecting. Oh, this is just leading into
We're
it.
live. One.
Right.
Fuck my ass. Same cheek.
Thorn is next. You can hear it?
I can hear it. Yeah.
The one,
ladies
It's
and
faint,
gentlemen.
the guy we waited last for, that's definitely not going to answer. It's like, if he does, though, this is a good sight.
Dude, my heart was racing doing this.
Oh, fucking Bills. And
There you go. I was so scared. I'm not a bad person, and that's the
No,
problem.
I don't think you are.
Hello?
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 Hello? Is this Frank?
Yes? Yes?
I'm a neighbor of yours at the building.
Pardon me?
I'm a neighbor of yours at the building. Were you doing some sort of event there tonight?
No, I was not. I was doing filming.
Well, my wife said there's a lot of cars parked there.
Pardon me?
My wife said there's a lot of cars parked there.
There's nobody in the cars.
She said 13, 14 cars parked there. There's nobody in the car. He doesn't know what to say. He's just
No.
like, oh, fuck.
Who am I talking to?
Earl.
Pardon me?
Earl.
I don't know who this is.
Is this some sort of stag and doe down there?
No, there was not.
We heard music.
Pardon me?
Music. Loud music, people.
There was no people.
Well,
Like I
look,
didn't have a crowd or anything like that.
there's a lot of people. He's getting defensive. We're a little upset about
No, there wasn't.
it. No, there wasn't. We're really.
There was not a lot of people.
My wife's sick,
That's the
Okay, I
go-to.
don't know who I don't even know who I'm talking to.
Earl, I run a place a few doors down from you. And we've seen a bunch of
Okay.
cars there tonight. This is a pandemic.
Okay,
And you got a bunch of
sir, I did not have a live event
This
going
is the
on tonight.
best.
You're wrong.
You got a bunch of Fruit Loops in there, dressing up in their underwear, running around. And we won't have it.
Pardon me?
We won't have it.
A bunch of Fruit Loops.
Sir, I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what to do, but I got to call somebody.
Well, I think you have the wrong information.
He's shitting.
There was nothing going on tonight. There was no stag and doe, no nothing like that. You have the wrong information.
Crowds mean COVID. They're like literally writing me notes on paper telling me what to say right now.
I understand what you're
I
saying.
can't believe they
Strippers?
were able to hold their composure.
Are you joking me right now?
Are they strippers?
Why would I have strippers in my building?
Two things we don't like,
I
okay,
know.
is people
I know.
making crowds in the middle of a pandemic with strippers and a bunch of half of fags running around in
Sir, I'm
there.
going to hang up on you because I have no idea what you're talking about. Have a
I'm
good
calling
night.
somebody. I'm calling somebody about this. We can't have it anymore.
Has he already hung up?
There's bylaws to attend to. Oh, he's off. Yeah, no, he hung up, I think, like right after I got belligerent at the end.
So, did you call him back on the podcast to apologize, or
Yeah. I don't have that audio though. That you'll have to, if you're listening to this, go to the Blackballed podcast. The rest of the episodes there where we call him back, and I actually don't like that they put that in the episode though, because then I feel like it would have been better if we just ended it on that.
Yeah.
And then because you hear the next one and it's just like all nice at the end, but he answers the phone. He's like, we call him back from my number, and he answers it right. And he goes, "Was that you, you fucking asshole?"
So he knew.
Yeah, he's
That's
like,
good.
"Okay, I'm laughing. Ha ha ha."
Yeah.
He's like, "It would have been okay if Doris wasn't involved." I guess we like woke her up and got everybody like just entirely disrupted his
Just
entire life.
disrupted the whole house.
Yeah, I'm sure he hasn't heard the end of it. I'm sure Doris hates my guts now. If she didn't already, I won't be welcome into the CWF studios again.
Yeah, I don't do the prank phone calls. Even the ribs.
Neither
I
do
never
I.
really, I
Well, I
never
do
really got
ribs.
into ribs. For
I like ribs
wrestling.
if like. Well, fuck you. You do the same thing I do with slapping people's food out of their hands right when they're about to eat it.
Fucking hilarious. It's the funniest thing in the world.
Yeah, I don't do ribs. Yeah.
But I'll do that to people at work. Like I'll
Yeah,
do that
that's-
shoot job. I'll slap food at somebody's hand. The funniest was when I did it to Scotty O'Shea because Steve Brown was in hysterics laughing.
Those two are funny, man.
Man, the here's why I don't do ribs, because same thing, you call to apologize. I'm too nice. As much as I'm a dick, I'm too nice. So one time I wanted to rib Scotty O'Shea. I think it was either at the same show or the show after. Do you remember when you put the pickle juice in the
Yes.
bottle, the spray bottle?
Yeah, we just talked about that last night. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you did that, it was either the same show or show after, but I had a whole bag of garbage that was collected from the boys eating like protein bars, and there's pop cans and stuff. I was going to dump that in O'Shea's bag
Yeah.
when he was out in the ring. And I didn't. I ended up, or sorry, no, it was after he came back and he was all ready to go. His bag was
I was
packed,
gonna
so
say, yeah,
opened
that's
it
how you do that rib. You do it when he's not gonna open his bag again until he gets
until
home.
he gets home. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, nah, this is a jerk move. So all I did, terrible rib. All I did was take the protein wrapper of the protein bar that I was eating, and it was like so perfect, like not even crinkled, and I sat it on the top of his towel.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I did because I felt bad about dumping like all the garbage in there. And then I like texted him like an hour after he was home and was like, "Did you open your bag yet?" Like as if it was some huge rib.
Yeah. You're so stupid. Yeah, really fucked your night up, huh?
Yeah. So terrible. So there
Yeah,
was that.
that's-
But Let me tell you, the best rib I ever did, and I don't get into them, but the best one I ever did was I don't know, were you around when? Well, you must have been around, but did you ever meet Tommy Ryder, cowboy guy?
I know the name, but I don't
He
think
was
so.
like Eddie Osborne's student.
Oh yeah, he was a skinny guy, right?
Yeah, super
He
skinny.
kind of did like more like a little like pretty boy cowboy gimmick.
Yeah, a
He
little
come out
bit.
kind of dancing a little bit, and
I don't know if he danced, but
he looked like he was in the Village People.
He came out to Big and Rich. Yeah, he came out to Big and Rich.
Oh yeah, I remember this guy. He was on a show with me at Port Colborne High School.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Okay, I remember him.
So at one point, before he retired, him and I were teaming together. So I was coming out to Bon Jovi. He was coming out to Big and Rich. But then he like came back, and we were doing a show at Elements, and Eddie was putting him over for the belt that I had, but he didn't have any music. And it was like his first match back after being gone for however many years. And he didn't have his music. We didn't have Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy on Jeff Black's laptop. So I was like, well, I come out to Bon Jovi and you come out to Big and Rich. I have a song on that CD by Bon Jovi and Big and Rich. And I was like, and it's an upbeat, like, whatever, it's a good song. So they're like, okay, just use that. Well, that was a lie. I didn't have that song. So
does that song even exist?
Oh yeah, it's called
okay.
it's called We've Got It Going On. It's a good song, but
okay.
So I came out to my song, and I came out first as the champion. I don't know why. And then when he came out, it was a love ballad by Bon Jovi. And it was the slowest that you've ever heard. And the fans started chanting Brokeback Mountain.
Yes.
And he was supposed to be the baby face, and I was the heel, and he was going over the belt. And it was the greatest rib I've ever done.
Fucked his whole everything he had. We used to have that happen to us at IWF in Wheatfield, New York. Troy and I were tagging at the time, and they started this rib. It just happened one night. I forget who did it. Maybe it was like Colin Delaney or somebody. They just changed our music. Yeah, that's what it was. You know what it was? We were heels, so we were coming out first, and we were wrestling Colin and Ed. And they went to the sound booth while we were doing our entrance, and we would come out to like Roadhouse Blues by the Doors, like super badass, like cool heel music. And they changed it to Tonight's Gonna Be a Good Night by, is that Black Eyed Peas or something? Tonight's gonna be a good night. That song. And we're just halfway to the ring, and we just hear that switch. It's like a record, the scratch disc, and then that starts, and we're like, what the fuck is this? And the crowd ate it up. They're like laughing at us. Everyone's pointing, and we're pissed off. And it just ended up snowballing into every single time we'd come to the ring. It was like the crowd was waiting for it. So like every month we would start our entrance with the Doors, the hands on the wind, whatever the fuck the song goes, blues song. And then every time just stop. And the crowd would be like anticipating it. So nothing would be happening. We'd be walking to the ring, and they're almost thinking like it's not going to happen. And then sure enough, the song would switch and the fucking crowd would pop. And we'd fucking throw a big hissy fit. It became like its own angle.
That's amazing.
Like us versus the fucking
Black
Eyed Peas.
I got the idea when Jesse Jones and Reggie Marley ribbed me at a show. And again, I don't remember what belt it was that I had, but it's PWA. And we were at Jay's place in Brantford.
I noticed every story you tell, you have to slip in that you had a belt.
I had a belt, yeah. Well, sure this one is fitting because we were doing a 7-person scramble or something, and at Jay's place, I don't know if you ever wrestled there, but you go up the stairs and then it's a door, and you open the door, and that's kind of your entrance. So nobody knows whose music's up. We're all like, well, who's next? Whatever, blah, blah, blah. So Reggie's at the door kind of being like the leader, like, okay, you got to go. And he opens the door and he's listening. He's like, okay, easy. This is yours. I was like, this isn't my music. And he goes, it is now. And he opens the door and he pushes me out, and it's John Cena's music. And I got booed out of the building.
Dude, you coming out to John Cena's music is possibly my favorite thing in the world. Like, if I could fucking have you ever dressed as John Cena?
No.
Dude, oh my God, that would be fucking It would make my life if you just started doing a John Cena impersonation gimmick,
I
but
can
not
wear-
like against your will. It's the new dress.
It's
You have to dress like John Cena until you win a match. I'm pitching that right now. We're going to end the episode right now. And Steve Brown, if you hear this, NSW, that's the new angle.
there we
Book
go.
Eric in the match. If he doesn't, it's no longer a dress. He has to dress as John Cena. Jorts and sweatbands, and that's everything.
And I'll wear a small John Cena shirt to make it look like I have muscles.
It's like a belly top. Your belly button's hanging out the whole time. All right, man. We'll see everybody
Yeah.
tomorrow morning. All right.
Everybody have a good commute to work. Drive safe.
All right. All right, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
Your time is